down the hammer and pick up the pencil. You're about to listen to the Savvy Radio Show. Learn from real-life real estate investors, experience revealed with the Savvy Landlord as your host.
Hey, what's going on, Savvy investors? This is your friend, Steve VanCauwenbergh. You tuned in to the Savvy Podcast, Savvy Radio Show, whatever it is. This is going to be down and dirty today. I don't know why I'm inspired. I'm inspired from some of your folks that shot me a text message, email, Facebook notification. One, hey, you're coming to the book release. Two, a lot of people have been amped up. Actually, some random people have already read the book, and I'm motivated. It's weird. I mean, sometimes you got to give other people wins. If you heard the last podcast, you got to give them wins. And thank you for my wins. That wins have motivated me to keep on rolling, keep this ball popping. And so let's get into it. This is just some more randomness, whatever. I don't even know what the title of these things, but this is down and dirty. And I don't know what I'm going to share, but I just threw down some things on some paper. And bear with me. If this is your first time on the radio show, we talk all things hustle. We talk all things entrepreneur, real estate. Man, I had an amazing deal go down today. Oh, man, now I see my mind is already changing. Ooh, I might need to talk about that one. I'll bring that up. Anyway, these are some things that have just inspired me, touched me. Maybe I wish somebody would have told me. So that's what this one is. Number one, Fit Radio app. This is crazy. I work out at Orange Theory. It is fire. Orange Theory is fire. Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody likes it. But for me, for some weird reason, it's fire. Treadmill, weight training, and bam, you can get on the rower. You could do them one at a time, all the time, rotate, tornado, whatever you want to call it. It's fire. Hit workout. When I go, they always got the music popping. And I'm telling you, I've been going for 3 years, and I'm a consistent regular. And I was like, well, where do you guys get this music? How do you get this, these mixes, these jams? Because I'm on fire. And this is sad. I don't even want to confess this to you. You know, I'm late to the game on Spotify. And I knew about this Fit Radio or Run something a year and a half ago, and I just didn't do it. Man, sometimes you're too thrifty to hurt yourself. And the goal here is to tell you this $10 a month application has motivated me to the next level in my workout game on the treadmill, outside, running miles, I have a goal right now to put 25 miles a week on the shoes and 100 miles a month. I want to get 1,200 for the year, 2023. That's one of my goals. And it's not been easy, but I made a commitment. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this happen. I've been trying to reward myself, talk to myself, make Post-it notes, whatever. But you know what got me on fire is Fit Radio. I mean, the minute I paid for this deal, it is a life changer. I turn on this music, and I'm on the one. It is fire. These remixes, these DJs, is fire. I'm motivated. And, I go through these seasons. Like, I'll go through like 10 audiobooks. And, David Coggins, I'm trying to listen to David Coggins and run around the neighborhood at a slow jam. But I'm telling you, my game is elevated. Number one is Fit Radio. Check it out. If you like any kind of dance music, hip hop, any kind of motivational stuff, it's on there. They even have Christian mixes. I mean, I just found out the other day. Like, I'm listening to old school hip hop. I mean, you name it, you can click a button and it could be clean. It's fire. Do it. All right, last podcast, I confessed about my ADD, all right, whatever you want to call it, lack of focus. Number two, I named it Do the It, all right? But here's the thing. You have to assign it in the calendar and do it no matter what it says. Seriously, you have to it's like a commitment to yourself. And so I was cleaning out my notes, getting ready for this podcast, and I was like, man, I'm going to do a fire. I'm going to pop this out real fast, down and dirty. And it's something that I sent one of my students to, one of my clients, whatever you want to call them, consult, whatever, about getting things done and how to get motivated. So this is number 2, A, for the most critical tasks, try to do them first in the morning. You know the scenario, eat that frog. Like, seriously, don't push it off to the next day. But whatever the critical thing that you need to do, maybe file your taxes, maybe get your taxes organized, maybe do your financial statement, maybe reach out to someone you never reached out to before, some insecurity, whatever it is, make the most critical task that's going to give the biggest return in the morning. Then take a break. You might be tempted to keep hustling hard, but studies have shown that regular breaks help boost your concentration and your mood. Now, don't you think that I wrote this? No, I stole this from somewhere, and honestly, I have no idea where I got this. But number B, A is what? Do the hard critical task. B, take a break and work for 50 minutes, and then take a 10-minute break. Repeat this process 3 times, and you'll be amazed how much you'll accomplish. Bang, I wish I wrote that, but I didn't. I stole it from somewhere. I would give credit because I believe you should give credit. And C, the last tactic is to say no more often. This involves meetings, projects, coffee meetings, anything that takes you away from your most critical tasks. Seriously. I'm fortunate to be involved in some very amazing people's lives. And the word no is in their vocabulary on a regular basis. And so I'm passing this information on to you. Yes, you listener. Maybe this is your first time. Maybe you've been grinding it out with me for 5 years on the podcast. Listen, you know there's a project that you need to say no to. And this just came up on my desk the other day. I got 3 amazing business opportunities on my desk. And all 3 of these business opportunities are going to make money. But I have to really think about, what am I doing? What is my 5-year, 10-year, 20-year, 50-year goal? What's going to give me the greatest return, fulfillment, and whatever I commit to, what else is going to fail? And they all attract me to me because because I'm an entrepreneur and I like to make money. I like to figure things out, solve problems equals paydays. And I can't do it all. Now, I'm trying to do it all. I'm trying to assemble a new team. I'm trying to hire new people to create a family business of sorts. Basically, I'm looking for someone that wants to help me grow my assets. I call this individual an asset manager. You can call him whatever you want. I'm still trying to figure this out. If that's you, hit me up. Let me know. But the reality is, you got to say no. And I realized, my homie was like, why wouldn't you do that deal? Dude, it's awesome, but it's a distraction. It's not going to bring me where I am. I don't need to own a marijuana business. I don't need to be the MJ King. I just need to stay in my lane and focus on what can bring me the return. And I need to focus on what I committed to. But that's the problem with entrepreneurs, man. We just kind of we watch a few YouTube TV shows or whatever, shorts. Next thing you know, you're thinking in another direction. That's the problem. Don't think in another direction. Stay laser focused. I talked about that last time. It's going to be my new mantra. I'm telling you, I think I'm going to talk about it every podcast. Probably going to fire me. It's okay. You can hit stop at any time. Number 3, you got to adjust on the fly. And this has been a struggle. I don't know if you got, perfectionism. You like routines. You are like me. You like consistency, habits, rituals. Like, hey, at 9 o'clock, I could tell you where I'm going to be. At 5 o'clock, I could tell you where I'm going to be. Right now, on a Wednesday, I'm going to be waiting for my children at church. I can tell you, I like schedules. I like to be on a schedule. I like to follow a schedule. But, man, I'm telling you, my kids are getting older, and I realize you got to be flexible. And I was running on the treadmill and working these intervals. And these intervals were called kicks. And it's like these intense intervals. And I'm like trying to kill it on this treadmill. And they flashed this thing up on there. It said, these intervals, I know I'm saying it wrong, I'm a little tired, but hey, work with me. These intervals will help you attack lactate acid on the fly. And I'm like, dang, that is a process. And I realized this, And if you're wondering where I'm at the moment, right now I'm in a parking lot at Life Church with a microphone in my hand and a laptop on my little mobile desk in my truck because I'm flexible, because I'm going to adjust on the fly. This is an opportunity. I have a free 30 minutes. Hey, I'm going to bang out a podcast. I'm motivated. Now, there's a lot of times I'm not motivated. There's a lot of times I can't do it. There's a lot of times you're going to make excuses. And you got to stop these excuses. Excuses get you nowhere. I learned this today. A negative thought or word or sentence or whatever is destruction. Man, we really need to think about this logically. You're telling me, VC, VanCauwenbergh, Savvy, whatever you want to be called, you're telling me a negative is destruction. Absolutely. Your mind can only accept one thing at one time. It can only think on one thing at one time. So if it's thinking of a negative, it's deterring you from something else that could increase you. It's destruction. Wow. Powerful. But here's the thing. You got to change your old school mindset. That's me, man. I'm old school. I got an office, la-da-da. I remember when email came out. Oh, man, email sucks. That's going to change the world. Because I used to be old school sales. I'm telling y'all, when I was like 15, 16, I used to pick up the phone and sell circus tickets. That's on another fun fact. I mean, for the Shriners Circus, I was so desperate. Actually, I was like 15. I lied on the application. I'm just going to give you a fun fact right now. I lied on the application, said I was 16, because in New Jersey, I think I was in New Jersey. I was in New Jersey or California somewhere, and I lied on the application, said I was 16. I really was like 14 or 15. And they paid in cash, and that's all I did was telemarket all day, all night long. I went to school, came home, and went right to work and grinded out to 8 o'clock and got paid in cash. I don't know why I told you that, but you got to be flexible. You got to grind it out. I'm old school. That's what I meant to say. And I'm telling you, it's new school. You got to be able to have a modern laptop, a solid state, that you can just flip on and you working. It can't be a laptop. I saw this dude. I was riding with this dude the other day, and he got this old school laptop, this young entrepreneur that's killing it. And him and I are hanging out, and we were doing this thing. We're checking out this business. And I was like, hey, man, you want to ride with me? I'm going to go check out this business. Dude's ride with me. We're checking out this business. And I'm like, hey, man, I got my truck all fitted out. I got Wi-Fi, like blaze, like wideband, 5G, like broadband. It's fire fast. I pay for it. It's worth it. I used to be so cheap, like $20 a month. Oh, man, let me tell you. But I remember dude pulls out this laptop and try to plug it in, and it's like, that's inefficient. Like, you got to be on the fly. You got to get USB-C. You've got to upgrade your life so you can produce more. I'm telling you, I don't have no delays with my hard drive. I turn this thing on. Sometimes I can work for 10 minutes and get an hour done in 10 minutes of efficiency. What I'm trying to say, number 3, is adjust. Stop the old school thinking. Apply it to your business. Sometimes you can't be at the office. You got to be able to do everything. I set a goal one time. I was like, I want to run my whole business on my phone. Set these type of goals. Rely on Google Drive, and get rid of anything that you got to plug into. Use a battery. All right. Number 4. I don't know. Somebody needs to hear this. Seize the opportunity right now. There's an opportunity in your life that you have not partaked in. You know you should, but the point is you are struggling with a self-esteem issue. Come on. You hear me? Don't let your insecurity, your uneducation from seize an opportunity. You hear about a business opportunity, you hear about a real estate transaction, turn your ears and find out what's going down. The one thing that you really need to think about, and I think a lot of us don't really kind of have a grip on, and it's something that I have been studying this last about 3 months, is this thing called self-esteem. I really believe self-esteem is the Achilles heel of success. Well, what do you mean? What I'm saying is, if you have a low self-esteem, you're not going to step up to the game. And if you ain't stepping up to the game, you ain't getting the deals. I'm telling you, I'm in the middle of a deal right now. I have never been in an marijuana business. I don't even know I forgot that the strands and opioids and all the cannabinoid, all these verbiage, I never even knew. But I heard of an opportunity that someone texted me that a business is for sale with the real estate, and it was an opportunity, and I need to go seize that opportunity. If you were at the AIA meeting this last month, you know what I'm talking about, this transaction. And, I kind of dragged my feet this last 2 weeks. Man, I don't know about this. I'm too busy. Like I just said 2 minutes ago, I'm trying not to be a hypocrite. But I thought this morning, I wrote this podcast, just these notes, and I'm like, I need to seize the moment. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I did seize the moment. I figured out a process, and I'm trying to assemble a team. And so I broke out this transaction. I go, you're trying to sell this business for $1.2 million, and it's worth it. It's probably worth way more than that. I think the real estate's worth $750. I'm going to offer this dude $500, and maybe you can carry back the marijuana business, and I'm going to turn around and sell that to somebody else and put in a permanent tenant that already is functional, operational. And see, if I had a low self-esteem, I don't know a damn thing about cannabis. I mean, I do know enough because I work at a cannabis firm. I know the verbiage. I know, but I don't know. I've never smoked weed. I don't know anything about it. I know that somebody that was smart told me one time, he's like, indica is in the couch, is a downer, and stevia or whatever the thing is an upper. All right, that's as far as I know. But it makes money. So I'm going to figure it out. And so I called the seller. I said, hey, I did my research, and this is what I offer. And the guy said yes. Seize the opportunity. Now, I got the dude to sell me the real estate. I got the dude to carry back. Now, as soon as I hung up with that guy, I was like, oh, no. What am I going to do? And already I made a bunch of mistakes. Already I misunderstood his financials. But that's okay. You got to seize the opportunity. And what I realized, I got to get the right people around me, my homeboys and homegirls, and I got to ask them for help. Can you look at this? What would you think? And then I got blasted by one of my friends. And she's like, what's the income? I don't know. I see the opportunity. She's like, yo, you really try to help people all the time, but this thing, does it really make money? What's the top 3 strands? I'm like, oh, God, I forgot about the strands. Help me, Lord. I'm trying to make money. I see the opportunity. And she is beating me up, and I love it. I love it. That's how it is. When you got good friends around you, when you got a team assembled, they're gonna tell you the truth. They're going to beat you up. And this is what she said to me. She said, I got your best interest at mind. I really appreciate you thinking that you could cut me in on this deal. Because she knew me. I called her up. I said, hey, you're really good at this, sales and marketing. Can you, maybe we could work something out. I can cut you in on a percentage. I really need to assemble a team. I believe that this business is successful. I believe they could sell a lot more weed, but they don't market it properly. They don't have a salesperson that's just really good at high top shelf weed. And she just blasted me. I appreciate the opportunity, but I don't buy any business that doesn't make money. I was like, wow. I'm over here seeing the potential, but I'm not seeing the reality. Is it making money? You have their tax returns, right? Yeah, they're negative tax returns. They're not making money. Oh, back to the drawing board. But the point is, I did seize the moment because I had confidence, but I didn't know what I was doing. But I got to walk in the self-esteem. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to hit these specific goals of this volume of economic greatness for specific reasons for maybe on another podcast. Maybe if you want to hear about it, let me know. But I think it boils down to self-esteem. So right now, I'm going to read this from Brian Tracy. This is a wonderful book. I know last episode I gave you another book. I'm reading this book right now. If you want to be in my little mini book club, I just introduced you to my book club. There is no book club. If you want to be in my book club right now, you want to get this book. It's called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, Brian Tracy. This book is fire because he distills all of his 20, 30 years and 80 books published, kind of condenses them down. And just, to me, it's like a refresher. I've read almost majority of his books, every audio book. Brian Tracy is a champion in my mind. But this one thing stuck out to me. If you want to, I'm trying to coach some people right now. I'm trying to grow with people right now. And this is what it said. Page 9 on Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. It says, all improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. Oh, that's self-esteem. Your internal images influence your emotions, your behaviors, your attitudes, even the way other people respond to you. Woo, fire. The development of a positive self-image, self-esteem, is a vital part of changing your thinking and changing your life. But I'm telling you, I see a lot of successful people, and they don't even know why they're successful. But when they want to go to the next level, it's a self-esteem issue. And I just see just from all ages, from talking from young people that I have mentored and coached to older people. They may have an insecurity or a self-esteem issue in an area. Listen, stop it, believe it, walk in it, create a mental picture in your mind. I'm going to read this two sentences of fire. All improvement in your life begins with an improvement in your mental pictures. Your internal images influence your emotions, your behaviors, your attitudes, and even the way other people respond to you. The development of a positive self-image is a vital part of changing your thinking and changing your life. Come on, work with me. Number 4, seize the moment. Number 5, work on the self-esteem. I'm telling you, read as much as you can. Google self-esteem up. Maybe reach out to somebody else. Say, hey man, tell me about this self-esteem issue. They don't talk about it in school. They just say, get a job, go do this, pass this test, memorize this, Spanish 1, Algebra 2, whatever. And you find self-esteem when you get good grades, I guess. You get these little dopamine, but have we really understood how self-esteem is garnered, how it affects us, how we lose it, how we gain it? Our self-imagery. Look, this is homeboy that I'm working with right now. He's successful, and he's trying to change careers. And I'm like, dude, let's look in the mirror and talk to yourself and say, I am what? What are you? What do you want to be? Build that self-esteem. I like myself. I love myself. I like myself. I love myself. Why don't you try it? Seriously, I know you driving. I know your wife is in the room. Maybe your child's listening to this. Just say, I like myself. I love myself. Just you saying those things changes your whole dynamic. I know you may never come back to the Savvy Radio Show because it's crazy, but it's okay. It's okay. You know why? Because the final number 6, everyone is a guru up in this mother. It's okay. Somebody sent me a text message. Oh, this dude's a guru now. Oh, this dude's doing a class now. Hey. And you know what? Years ago, it probably would have bothered me. You know, what used to bother me is that people think I'm a guru. I never intended to be a guru. I wrote The Savvy Landlord genuinely because they said I couldn't do it. They said I was an illiterate. I was behind. I couldn't read. Did you know, if you know my backstory, I couldn't read. Do you know that I have dyslexia? Do you know I struggle? If you're even in my inner circle, and if you ever received a text message from you, sometimes it's spelt wrong. I just wanted to prove people wrong. I never intended to be on a podcast. I never intended to host a podcast. I never intended to write a book. Now I've written 5 books. This Friday is going to be fire. I hope that you can join me on this celebration. It's a true milestone. It's a first milestone in my entire life where I just accepted the accomplishment. Yeah, I put the time in on this one. Yeah, it took a long time on this one. Yeah, the audio book is not Get a Lucius. Yeah, the artwork is fire. It took a while, right? Come celebrate. But here's the thing. Let everyone else be a guru. Let everyone be a guru. That's okay. Let them be them. Here's the real deal. It's a long play, and it's buying assets. Regardless, you can teach classes all day long, but do they have assets? And it really doesn't matter. If somebody says they're a guru and I'm available, let's just say, I probably wouldn't go to their class right now. Not that I'm prideful. I mean, I just got my calendar's just jammied. I'm full. But let's just say if I was young, 20s, and I might ain't even like that dude. But if I got a nugget from it, it's worth it. We got to stop judging people or comparing ourselves to people. Yo, he's a guru now. Good for him. Now, here's the deal. You don't want to be a guru because you're peddling your classes, and you should be buying assets, period. But we can't judge. Who cares? Who cares that dude's got 100 houses? Who cares? You need to worry about yourself. You need to stay in your lane, period. I think we get just so corrupted by social media and all this other stuff. Hey, good for that dude. Here's a great thing. That dude or gal that's doing that class or writing that book, cheer them on. Hype them up. You know, I teach classes. I'm telling you, I threw a class on Facebook. Nobody comes. This is my last class I'm doing right now. It's fire. And I'm to the only three folks that are in my class. I'm telling you, it's been great. And I'm just going to do a lot more underground masterminds for the people that really want to do it. I really don't want my name in highlights and say, yeah, there's a guru or this guy that wrote the book. That's not who I am. If you knew who I am, it wouldn't matter. It's a struggle. I love to teach. I love to help people, period. That's who I am. I'm not a guru. So when someone says that they're a guru or they advertise, I always look at the intention. You know, a lot of people Facebook me and friend me. And I wish we could do this on Facebook. Like, if you're going to friend me, hey, reach out and say, hey, you don't know me. I like your stuff. Would you like to be friends? Hey, I don't know. It's old school maybe. But I notice when someone friends me and they're a guru, I just don't accept them. And I don't know why. And not that there's something wrong with them, but I'm like, what's their intention? So if you're looking about joining a class or a mastermind group, what's their intention? What are they trying to do? And what can you contribute and what can you receive? It's whatever it is. Make sure that person's walking the walk, talking the talk, and always, always, always be true. Buyer beware. That's the thing. Buyer beware. Don't get caught up on this awesome class or you're going to be a millionaire. It's just buyer beware. All right? That's how it is. So that's this message today. Hopefully this inspired you in some way. Hey, listen, I got due diligence coming. I got a bunch of other stuff coming. Bear with me. Work with me. I'm going through this season. Hope to see you Friday. Whatever you do, if you can't make it Friday because you got to save money on gas because you can't drive to the east side, that's okay. Go buy assets.
Thanks for listening to the Savvy Radio Show. Glide online and listen to our other motivating episodes at savvyradioshow.com. Connect on Twitter at LandlordBook and always be buying assets.